Hello YouTube, it's Michelle, and I'm week 4 post-op today, the 22nd of July 2011, and I've tried to make this video 3 times and the camera's cutting me off every time, so I'm going to try to keep this short because maybe I'm talking too much, but I've rehearsed it twice before, so it should be perfect this time for you all. So today I am 204 pounds, which is a 2-pound weight loss from last week, and 204 was my first goal. So I'm here, yay! Celebratory. That was the weight I saw going up, and it's the weight I'm seeing going down. So I'm happy, first goal achieved. Second goal, Wonderland. So I'm so close. 4 more pounds. 4 more pounds. So maybe I can do it next week. I don't know. I mean, that's a lot for 1 week since I've been losing 2 pounds every week. 4 pounds seems very ambitious for 1 week, but I mean, that's my goal. And if it takes me 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I will make it. And there's no timeline for me, so I just can't wait to see Wonderland. It's been about a year and a bit, so I'm ready. Ready. And I think that plays into, I have a list of things that I wanted to talk about today because I have a lot on my mind. So, I guess first of all, planning breakfast. I'm a vegetarian, so protein first is really hard for me because I can't eat, it's not I can't eat meat, I choose not to eat meat and eggs, and I've been that way since I was a child, so very young child, so it's not going to change. So what I've been doing is eating soy or tofu for breakfast, which I thought would be extremely, extremely weird. But it's turned out to be amazing, and I love it. So I make breakfast for 3 days in a row and put it into my little cup containers, my little Tupperware cup containers, which is good. So they're portioned and ready, and that's about 20 proteins before I leave the house. And then I have my non-fat cafe misto from Starbucks with 2 Splenda, and that's another 9 grams of protein. So I'm about 30 grams of protein before I even start work, which is good because my work is so busy that I don't even surface until mid-afternoon to get any more protein in. So that's been really important. My water intake has been good. 2 to 3 liters a day. I should know how many ounces that is, but it's more than the 64 I know. So I've been keeping up with the water, which is good. My calorie counting has been going well. I've been sticking between, it seems between 8 and 1100 calories per day. Sometimes I do find it not hard to get 800 calories in. I wouldn't say hard. I mean, it's easy to get 800 calories in. I mean, I got here by putting a lot more than 800 calories in. So, but I'm just, transitioning to solid foods and stuff like that. So sometimes, I don't know. I have bad habits. I have very bad habits of not eating enough, of eating too much. So I'm trying to keep it all in check. I was thinking, because I used to count calories a lot beforehand when I was a lot smaller, and speaking of bad habits, and I would always give myself an off day. Like every week I would have like Saturday off, and I would just eat whatever I wanted on Saturday. And this week when I was like, logging all my stuff in my food diary, I'm like, oh, yeah, I should have Saturday off. And I'm like, what? You just paid 16 grand for a surgery? Like, how do you even have an off day with a lap band? Eat like a pudding? You can take the fat off the girl, but you can't take the girl off the fat, or something like that. I don't know where that even came from. Like, how does someone's bad habits seep in on the 4th week of a post-op? Anyways, I'm not going to have an off day, and it's just weird to have those conscious thoughts. But that's okay. I'm not going to have an off day, but it's just weird thinking about it all. Incisions. My incisions are good. I scar very poorly. I thought they were going to be horrific, and only the big one is sort of gnarly. The rest are totally fine. But if you have any suggestions for scars, I'm totally willing to listen, because I thought it was like, I'm never going to show my abdomen again. But they're okay. They're okay. They could be better. They're pink and scarry, and only that one is sort of gnarly looking, like I said, but I can get over it. Non-scale victories. So when I started this new nursing job, because I used to wear scrubs all the time in the hospital, but then I started this office nursing job, I needed office clothes. And I went out, and like all people that have a few pounds to lose know, we can be victims of buying clothes that don't fit for some reason. Why would I do that? I don't know. So I bought these 2 pairs of nice dress pants, and they like did not fit me. I don't know why I bought them. That was like, you know, that much room between my zipper, and I wore them once to work, one of them, and it like left those lines all over me, and I was stupid for me to buy them. But anyways, this week they have fit perfectly, zipped, look good, everything looks good. So they're size 14 dress pant, and they're fitting perfect. So that's made me feel really good. I've worn both pairs this week, and so my wardrobe is expanding as I am shrinking. So that's always good. I have lots of clothes to fit into as I lose more and more weight, so I'm looking forward to that. But those were good non-scale victories. People noticing my weight loss. I discussed this in one of my first videos about how it was a huge fear of mine that I hate when I lost weight before, when people were like, oh, you lost so much weight. And I was always like, oh man, what did I look like before? Like, I hate when people say things like that. I don't know why, it just eats me. But one of my secretaries at work was like, Michelle, I can see changes in you. I thought, like, that was like a really nice way of putting it. And I thought, like, I don't know, like if I see changes in someone else, maybe I'll put it that way, because that made me feel a lot better than saying, oh, you've lost a ton of weight, by being like, oh, I've seen changes in you. So that was good. I don't know, I'm discussing all these personal things. I'm a vegetarian. Also, I have celiac disease. So one of the doctors I work for, she's a woman, one of the women doctors I work for is like, are you having a flare? Like, are you okay? How are you feeling physically? And because one of the symptoms of having, like, you know, irritable bowel and celiac disease is losing a lot of weight. And so I guess that was her sensitive way of being like, you've lost a lot of weight really quick. Are you okay? And so, I mean, people are noticing, but no one's coming out and being aggressive about it, which was a fear of mine at the beginning. And something got me to thinking of something else. So when I was going through this whole journey of deciding to get the lap band, my mother and I have a good relationship, and she struggled with weight her whole life, and we can be honest with each other weight-wise. And I was just like, I made this comment, and she was just about not thinking I was like that big or something, and she was like, Michelle, you are quite big now. And now that I've lost 23 pounds, I look back, and I was like, at one point I was 232, so from there it's almost 30 pounds weight loss, right? And I'm like, oh my god, I was like 30 pounds heavier than I am now. Shit. It's so, your mind's a funny thing. I mean, I looked in the mirror and I definitely wasn't seeing myself as I was. I guess now I'm looking in the mirror and I'm not seeing myself as I am, because I know I'll lose more weight and be like, oh my god, I thought I looked amazing at 204. But I didn't. But I look okay. I know I look okay. I look better than I did.